Welcome back everyone. Today we're in the Giants editor and I'm going to be doing a tutorial on the tree replicator 3.4 version. That one, if you'll click on window and script editor, it was made by Catalyzer Gaming. So that's where this script came from. So if you search on Google or somewhere, you can probably find it somewhere, but this is what you would need if you're going to do this process this way. But for now, we're going to go ahead and show you how to get this in here if you're new. But anyway, my name's Jewel. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. The channel's growing quickly, and I appreciate everybody that's subbed and that is viewing regular. I appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and get started. And basically, if you don't already have this, you need to find it wherever you can find it at. I'm not quite sure where in the world you can find it at. I would Google it and look around, and you can get this script. And then you're going to go ahead and come in here, basically like we just did. Click Window, Script Editor. Then you're going to click on User. And in this case, I'm just going to probably leave this one here for now. But basically all you got to do is right click on user, click create script, title it whatever you want. It really don't matter because they're going to change the name anyway, so we'll just put tree and then click create, and then they're going to pop up this. You're going to click on that. You're going to highlight all that with your cursor, left mouse click here, drag it up here, let go, and delete all that. And then you're going to go, after you get your script, and I'm going to go ahead and go to my file explorer and then click on downloads or wherever your tree script is, and in this case it's here. A couple of ways you could do it, but in this case I'm just going to double click on it and it's going to open it in my notepad, and I'm going to basically go to the bottom and I'm going to left click here and drag it all the way up, holding the left mouse button down till I get all the way to the top, let go. Right click on the blue area, click copy, leave it, don't cut it, leave it there. Click copy, I'm going to click off of it. I'm going to minimize it for now. You'll need to X out of it in a minute. Go back to your Giants editor and you would right click, click paste, and then that's all in there now. So you're good to go there for now. And the only thing you usually need to be fooling with, you can change other stuff, but in this tutorial we're only going to change the tree radius and the tree distance. Make sure you title your transform name trees with a capital T, so that helps you there. But then you would just click save this right here, so that you would save this script, okay? And then you should be good. It'll say, might say something else for you. Just read it and click accordingly, yes or no, whatever it says, read it. Should just say you know, you added one or whatever. It should just pop it up as this. It should pop up and this tree word will go away and it'll say this. So in this case I'm not gonna save it because I don't need that, so I'm gonna hit close. And no, I don't want to save my changes, so I'm not gonna do it. Go back to this. Let me click on it again. Window, script editor. What? Would you like to save your changes? No. Okay. So anyway, so I'm not interested in making one. We'll just delete that one that it's on. Click on it. Hit delete. Well, it's not deleting. Anyway, we're just going to use the one that's already there is the point. But I don't know why it's not letting me delete it. That's weird. Okay, well, maybe I have to right click and then delete. Okay. Yes. Alright, there we go. So I'm going to leave this one, but that's how you get yours in there after you get it downloaded. And what we're going to do in this case, this one was the original one's at 50 on the tree radius. I put it to 100, but you can put it to whatever size of the area is that you're trying to put trees. So you'll have to keep adjusting this number. This is the distance apart the trees are, so you can adjust that accordingly. And right now we're going to close it for now. We're going to go back in here. And what you're going to do once you get all that set up and ready to go is we're going to make a tree transform group. Click transform group under create. come to the attributes box, highlight transform under the name box, and title capital TREES, which the capital T is the only one you capitalize. It's going to pop up over here as trees, and in this case I already made some just to have the trees kind of closer so I can grab them. But basically you can do it a lot of different ways. I'm going to show you a couple ways. There's no, there's not a perfect way on all of them. You can pick kind of how you want to do it, really. There's probably a lot more ways than this, and there's other scripts as well. But I'm just showing this one for the beginners pretty much. But what you're going to do, I put this as Pine Trees 1 so I can, when I do this tutorial, I can put y'all at a one called Pine Trees. So what we're going to do is make another folder, create, transform group. We're going to come back over here in the name box and title this one Pine Trees. Okay, just Pine Trees. It's going to pop up over here. Now we're going to take, it's already highlighted. You can do it a couple ways. You can click on the scroll wheel button, hold it down, and drag it to trees and let go, and then it'll put it in here. You can do it that way, or you could, I'll do a different one on the next one we do. We'll go ahead and click create, transform group, and change this name, in this case to American Elm. American Elm. And you can obviously, didn't do it when I clicked over there. There we go. American Elm, and then it'll put that right there. And we can, if you don't want to do that scroll wheel trick, you can do highlight it, click on edit, cut, click on the trees, edit, and paste, and it'll put it in there. And then we're going to go ahead and do the next one, and in this case we're going to do birch trees. So we're going to create a transform group, and we're going to highlight over here after, as long as the transform group's highlighted, and we're going to call this a birch trees, and we'll let that do its thing. There we go. Now with that highlighted, you're going to click edit, cut, click on trees, edit, paste. Alright, and the reason I like to do it that way is I don't have to worry about accidentally dragging it somewhere I shouldn't, because sometimes when you click on it like this and you start dragging it, it slips off and it falls in another folder and you didn't want it there. So see, I just took it out of there, but it just sometimes don't do the way you want it to. So alright, so now we're going to go to the oak tree. We'll go ahead and make a transform group, and then we'll, as long as it's highlighted, we'll come over here and title it oak trees and do it that way. I only have one oak tree in this one, in this case, but we're going to go ahead and click edit, cut, click on trees, edit, and paste. Put that there, and now we're going to do willow tree real quick. Like I say, it depends on what trees you want to do. You can have other trees, do other trees, whatever you want to do. I'm making them all into their own groups so they'll all be together, but it's up to you. I mean, there's other ways to do it, so it's not all one way. Alright, so now we have willow trees, and we're going to click cut, click on trees, click paste, and do it that way. Now we have all these here. We're going to go ahead and get the trees for them. Now I already have them up here ready to go, but you'd have to look up in your tree list and you can find them up there. And I'm going to click on Pine Stage 1 through 6. So what you're going to do is pick in your trees. You can do it a couple of ways. You can do one at a time and just cut this one and paste it in the Pine Trees folder. Sorry about the dog barking. Or you could do several at once, and sometimes if they're close enough you can do it. It's hard to do when they're far apart. Sometimes you can't find them. But in this case they're together, so we're going to hold down Control and then left mouse click on all the trees we want. Let go. We're going to click edit, cut, roll down to Pine Trees, edit, and paste. Alright. Now we're going to do the same for the next set of trees. The elm trees, we're going to click on American Elm Tree Stage 1, Control, hold it down, left mouse click on the others, let go of Control, edit, cut, roll down to the American Elm, click on it, edit, paste. Now that's pasted, okay? And Then we're going to do, what's next? Birch trees. We got 3 birch trees. Click on one, control, click on the others holding control down, let go of control, edit, cut, go to birch trees, click on it, edit, and paste. Alright, we're going to do the oak tree. We only have one of those in this case, so we're going to click on the oak tree, bring it down, click on edit, cut, click on oak trees, edit, paste. Then we're going to do the willow tree. We're going to go to willow tree type 2, click edit and cut, bring it down, click on willow trees, edit, and paste. Now we have all the trees. Now there's several ways you can do this, so I'm going to show you one way first and then another way. Okay, so in this case, pretend we want all these pines only. We don't want these other trees right now. We're kind of in a place where we want it to be sort of like a little forest, and we want these trees here. So what you got to do, and first I'm going to turn that back on. There we go. And what you're going to want to do in this case is you want all these trees to be lined up together in the exact same spot, which I've already put these trees, as you can see, they're already there. But let's go ahead and drag one out just to show you. So now we got different numbers here. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do that for all of them so I can show you. We moved all these trees. They're not in the line anymore. Everybody's been moved except the first one. Alright, well actually we'll go ahead and move the first one too. So let's move the first one. Let's say right here is where we're going to want this whole forest to be. We're going to take our very first tree and click Control B after we've highlighted it. Put it right here in the middle where we want our trees. So say we're kind of wanting it to be somewhere around here. Now it depends on what size of this area is. We're probably going to get out of it a little bit because we got it at 100, but you can lower that down to 50, 75, whatever you want to do, trying to get inside this area. But right now we're just going to go at the 100 and you'll see what it does. So what we're going to do is we click that one, we brought it where we wanted it. Now we're going to come up here to the attributes box and click at the end of the translate X at the end of the numbers. Put the cursor there. We're going to hit Shift, Control, and C all at once. It's going to grab all these 3 top numbers of translate X, Y, and Z. Once you do that, click on the next pine tree, which is pine stage 2. You're going to click at the beginning of the translate X box right there, and you're going to hit Shift, Control, and V, and it's going to paste that tree coordinates, all 3 coordinates that was on the pine stage 1, into this translate X, Y, and Z box, which is going to move pine stage 2 to that spot, and it's directly on top of pine stage 1. So now we need to do that for number 3. We've already pasted, but we need that coordinates. I think we need it again. Let me go ahead to 3, click on 3, and I'm gonna click in front of it and just click paste again and see. Shift, Control, and V. Okay, it went ahead and pasted it, so we didn't have to copy it again. It's already going to go ahead and paste it again. And so now that you've done it the one time, you can do it again. Click on the next tree, put the cursor in the front of the X, translate X numbers here, and hit Shift, Control, and V, and it'll put the next tree there, right on top of the others. Click on the pine stage 5. Click in the translate X box in front of these numbers. Shift, Control, and V as in volleyball. Alright, and let's see, now we got one more. Click on this one, and we'll click in front of this X numbers like that, and hit Shift, Control, and V as in Victor, if you would say. And now we have all the trees stacked on top of each other. Now we're ready to go, and we want to use this particular group of trees. So in this case, we're going to click back on the first one. We're going to hold down Control and click all the other trees. Now we've highlighted all these trees. Now you could do one tree of each. You could do one pine tree, hold Control down, click the next one, keep holding Control, click the birch, keep holding Control, click the oak, keep holding Control, hit the willow, and you get one of each. But we're going to do that next. We're going to do all these pine trees right now. So we've got them all selected right there, all that one group. That's all in one another. Now these, if you were selecting these other ones, they would need to also be all in one spot. So if I was going to do that, which I'll show you in a moment, this American elm and the birch one, all the ones that we were going to choose would need to be all in the same spot. Okay, as these are all in one spot. Now we're going to go ahead and click on scripts. And as you can see, they put the tree replicator version 3.4 here after you added it. So we're just going to left click on it and it should go ahead and do it. If not, we'll have to go under here and execute it. But I'm going to click on it and see if it'll do it. There we go. It did it. And there you go. That's the 100. That's the biggest area. So now you got a reference of what 100 looks like. In this particular area, you would need to bring it down if you were just shooting for that one little area. But don't worry, if you overshoot, you can go down and just delete the ones out of the road or the field or wherever you're at. It's not like you can't get rid of them. So don't panic. But as you can see, it only did those trees. Now, if you don't like that it looks a little open in spots because of the smaller trees, you can just not do some of the smaller trees, take those out of that group and do it again, and you would have it be a lot more bigger trees. Or you can change the information. If you'll click under the script editor, Windows script editor, you can change it to different distances. So if you wanted it closer together, the trees tighter or further apart, you know, you can adjust this number here, number 5. You would go up or down with that. So that's how you would do that. And we're going to go ahead and show you the other ones. So I'm going to have to delete, let me see, I'm going to delete all those probably. Let me see. I think the fastest way is going to be to delete it right here and just do that group again. So we're going to delete those. I think I moved all of them though, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Or did I? Yeah, I moved them all. I don't want to delete the main one, so let me look. Alright, I hit control up there. I'm going to slide to the bottom of this list somewhere right here. I've got control hit, so I'm gonna hit shift control and left click, and that'll get everybody, it should get everybody but those top ones, and then I'm gonna hit delete. There we go. So I hope y'all saw that and understood that. Basically, I selected the top, the one right under the last one up here. I selected the one right under the 6th one because I knew that was my last one, and it highlighted it. So I went to the bottom of the list where I knew the last set of pine trees was, and I hit shift control and left mouse click on that to highlight all those trees, and then I hit delete. So now I'm back to this, and these are still here for me to use again if I choose to. Okay, so now let's change real quick our script. So we're going to go to the Windows script editor, and we'll change this to, I don't know, maybe we'll go lower. Should we go do it at 4, a little tighter? And we could change this one down to 50 because we want less trees. So we'll do that. We're going to hit save, and then we're going to hit execute. You can hit execute here and it'll execute, or you can do it the way I did a while ago. So hit execute and then close, and it should do it. It may not. If it don't, we'll have to run it again. Oh, I didn't highlight them. No wonder. It's okay. I saved it. Now we need to highlight them. See, that's a good example of what's could be wrong if you're doing something. Gonna hit control on the one you want to do. Make sure it's the ones that you put all on top of each other, like so. And then you're gonna hit scripts, and then you can hit this again, or you could go under here, script editor, and you should be able to hit execute in here, and then click close, and there you go. And see, that got it a little closer, so then you wouldn't have as many trees to delete, because you're going to sometimes have to do it because you got a curve here. You know, you could delete these trees off the edge, what have you, but you get the point on that. And you can see they're a little closer. See, and they're landing on the ground correctly, and I believe they're landing on the ground correctly because how we have them in that transform group, and that one is zeroed out, should be. So when you put the tree group in there, when it says trees, the first transform group, it's zeroed out, and that's what you need to make it I believe, do right so that they land on the ground, because the ground isn't always right. But if you have that one zeroed, everything should fall into place after that. So make sure you're in one that's zeroed out. Don't move that tree group. Okay, so now let me see, what do we want to do? We'll probably delete those again and pick the other ones. We'll have to center them as well. Alright, as you see, this is the last one, so we'll go below it. And we clicked it once and it's highlighted that one. We'll roll to the bottom of the pine trees. Now we got 50. Well, I believe, let me see. Looks like a lot. Now we're going to hit Shift Control and left mouse click on the last pine tree. It's going to highlight everybody up until that point, as you can see, up till there. And then you hit delete. You get rid of those, and it kept these here. But say we don't want those. We don't want those in that spot. I'm just going to move them for video's sake. We'll just move a couple of them. Get them out of there. We're going to leave the big one. Leave the big one. And get rid of the little one. Say we want that, which would be unlikely, but say we did. Say we want this oak tree over here. See it? We would need to put it in this spot, this coordinates. So we'd have to take that coordinate, stick it at the end of it, translate X, make sure the pine tree you want and the area you want is highlighted, and you're going to hit Shift Control C. Okay? Now you're going to click on the tree that you want over there. Make sure it's completely highlighted and that not just these parts are highlighted, but the whole thing. And you're going to click at the front of it, very front of the Translate X, and the front of the numbers. And you're going to hit Shift Control V. It's going to put it over there on top of that pine tree for you. So say we want also the birch one. You're going to click on it, click it in the front of the numbers, make sure all of them's in front of all of the numbers on Translate X. Shift Control V as in Victor, and you can do that if you want the oak tree. Well, I already did the oak tree. Say we want the willow tree there. We're going to do the same for it. Click on it, click over there, Shift Control and Victor, and V as in Victor. And so now we have those picked, and you got the pine, the American elm, I believe we did the birch, and the willow. I don't know if we did. Yeah, we did the oak too. So we didn't even do the pine stage one. We did 6. So you're gonna have to click on that all of the ones you put there. So 6, hit Control, American elms. Oh, we didn't do 1. Let's click off of it. If you make a mistake while you clicked on, say I was holding down Control and I clicked that one and that wasn't the right one, it's okay. Just click it again while holding Control. Let me see. Did we put any of these? We didn't put no American elms. So we're gonna skip those. We did the birch one. I'm holding down Control this whole time. And we did the oak tree, and I'm holding down Control still, and we did the willow. That's all that we did is these. I let go of Control. We're going to go to Scripts. We're going to hit Tree Replicator. And now as you can see, it put only those trees in here. And as you can see, depending on where it's at, that's how the trees are separated. So if you can come in close enough to see it, it's kind of hard to see. That's just my dog shaking off. But as you see, they're not floating. See? And you got all these trees, and it just randomly puts them in different areas. Okay? So it just depends on what you're looking for, what your kind of tree. Because most people ain't going to put those trees kind of together like that. They're going to do it in groups or whatever. So as you can see, all the pines stay in the pines. The birch stay in the birch and list. And the oak stay in the oak. That's why I separated those. But you don't have to do that. And the willows stayed in the willows. You could just make one group and put all of them in there, and they all stay together in that group, and they just be all scattered about. But this is one way you can also count how many trees. So if you put that number at 50, you know that's 50 trees. I believe. I don't know. I'm not sure. It may not be 50. I'm not sure on that. Don't hold me to that. You could count them one time and see. I think it would be 50 trees, but it may not be. Actually, that may be more than 50 trees. You'd have to count them. Count them the first time so you would know, and then if you write it down every time you use the tree script, you would know how many trees was on your map. Okay, there's probably other things that would tell you. I'm not sure. So, but anyway, I just wanted to show you how to use it. So hope y'all enjoyed this video, and like I say, you just do another transform group. You can move the trees to each spot you're going to do, so you need to move 8 trees to the spot you're going to be doing. You need to also delete these. So these first, like if whichever ones you had going, they're still highlighted right now. So right when you finish putting them in there, you can go ahead and hit delete. See, they're still highlighted. I never clicked on anything after I ran the script. You want to go ahead and hit delete and make those 8 go away, or they're going to all be on top of each other. So then when you cut down that tree, you'd have 8 other trees in that one tree spot. So you want to delete those each time you do it. So you're going to make 8 more trees. Select 8 more trees, new trees, and put right here, and run the script again, and just keep moving along. And you can probably make it, if you had a big area to fill, you probably could do a bigger number, quite a bit bigger number, but you want to be careful doing that because the editor might not can handle it. Maybe your computer is not up to par for the editor to handle that. You know, might be slower or something. So just try to be careful with how much you're using it for. There's other scripts, there's other easier ways of doing some trees, but this I just wanted to show for the beginners. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Hope this helped you. But I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Try to keep this video short. I still don't have internet, so I gotta keep it short so I can do the hotspot. But stay tuned. I'm gonna be doing more Ranch Simulator videos and Gold Rush the game and all that real soon. But I hope everybody enjoyed this, and stay tuned for more Giants Editor episodes of tutorials and things. And I will be working on my map soon, so I hope you enjoy that. But please hit the like button if you like this video, subscribe, turn on your notification bell if you want to receive a notification every time I post a video. Goodbye, everybody.